Hallo en welkom week 2. Ook u bent welkom bij week 2 van Radio DefAP, het radioprogramma waar we terugblikken op mijn stageweek bij Defensie. Ook vandaag ben ik, Thomas Vermalen, uw presentator. We begonnen deze week al goed met een prachtige paasmaandag met zalig weer. Het moment van het voorjaar om tijd te spenderen met familie. En dat is dan ook wat iedereen gedaan heeft op maandag. Niets te melden, want iedereen neemt een dag vakantie. Maar op dinsdag, jongens, toch wat een dinsdag. Dinsdag werd er mij gevraagd om van thuis uit te werken, aangezien iedereen op kantoor dit zou doen. Er wordt van mij verwacht om vanaf 8 uur beschikbaar te zijn op Skype. Maar, zoals wel bij meer dingen bij Defensie, verloopt het allemaal wel eens wat stroever. Om de laptop van Defensie werkende te doen krijgen, moet je enkele stappen doorgaan. Natuurlijk, zoals eender welke laptop van het merk Lenovo, start je hem op om te beginnen. Je laat hem verbinden met het wifi-netwerk en vervolgens navigeer je naar het Defensieportaal dat voorzien is op je startscherm. Enkele tellen en knoppen later meld je je aan met je Microsoft-account, voorzien door opnieuw Defensie. En dan kom je op de herkenbare website van CSAM, om je aan te melden met of It's Me of je identiteitskaart. Gelukkig had ik me al voorbereid en na lang zoeken tijdens het paasweekend kwam ik mijn zelden gebruikte pincode terug tegen. Dus dat ging wonder boven wonder allemaal enorm vlot. Even later was ik ingelogd en dan heb je de keuze om de VPN te activeren of enkel Outlook te openen in je browser. Dames en heren en luisteraars van Radio DefAP, ik kan je alvast vertellen dat de knop VPN de juiste optie is, want dan heb je toegang tot Outlook als ook al de rest van het internet. Nu, ook deze bewuste dinsdagochtend heb ik dat zo gedaan. Ik kreeg de dagelijkse e-news binnen, waardoor ik wist dat het werkte. Ik ging rustig aan de dag beginnen door mezelf bij te lezen over het project NWO. En zo op een latere datum die kennis te kunnen toepassen op de projecten die ik nog moest krijgen. De rest van de dag was rustig, soms iets te rustig. Ik bleef beschikbaar op Skype en probeerde alvast bij te benen met ander werk. Tegen het eind van de dag, tussen 4 en 5, zag ik zoals gewoonlijk mijn collega's 1 voor 1 offline gaan op Skype. Het werd tijd om ook maar eens mijn defensielaptop te beginnen afsluiten. Eén laatste check en... Het blijkt dat Outlook niet aan het updaten was. 3 gemiste mails van de majoor met opdrachten. Gelukkig was dit een probleem dat ze bij Defensie al eens eerder hebben meegemaakt en ik dus niet mee in de problemen kwam. Ik heb die avond de mails en opdrachten nog uitgevoerd, zodat er zeker geen vertraging zou zijn de volgende dag. Jammer genoeg is er ook minder goed nieuws deze week. Defensie is voor het eerst zich aan het openstellen voor de hulp van stagiaires. Ik ben hier één van. Het nadeel hiervan natuurlijk is dat ook onze tijd samen erg kort kan zijn. Mijn eerste collega, stagiaire Danielle, verlaat Defensie voorlopig. Het is haar laatste dag, dus tijd voor een uitgebreide lunch en een drink om haar succes te wensen in de toekomst. En wat een toekomst. Haar formulieren zijn alvast aangevraagd om terug te komen bij Defensie, maar dan bij het maritiem component. Dat moet een fantastische toekomst zijn met de connecties die zij alvast heeft gemaakt. Hier hebben we een kort gesprek met Danielle Hayum.
Okay, as promised, I am now here with Danielle Hayum. Hi, Danielle. Could you quickly introduce yourself for us and the people at home?
Hi, Thomas. So I'm Danny. I'm from Luxembourg, but studying in Brussels. I'm a communication and journalism major, and I'll finish my studies this year.
Okay, awesome. And just like me, you did an internship at Belgium Defense. How long did you work for them?
I stayed for 8 weeks,
8 weeks.
2 months.
Since February until? Or?
Since February until beginning of May, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds about right. Yeah. You came back a couple times because with issues. Yeah. Okay. So you are from Luxembourg. Now you gotta explain me this. You joined the Belgian Defense, and how did you end up there? Not meant in a bad way, but why not join the Luxembourg Defense Department?
Well, to be honest, I worked at the Luxembourgish Defense as for student job as well
Mhm.
in summer 19, I think, or 18. And so basically, I'm interested in everything that's army for like a long time already. And when my school offered that we could do an internship at the Belgian defense, I was like, yeah, why not? First
Oh,
of all, it's just like a huge place to do like an internship, which you would not get otherwise, I think.
yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, I'm interested in the army. I wouldn't say that I'm completely against the army. So why not do it and like getting to know the organization better, even from like an outside point of view? Because like, I mean, I'm probably maybe joining the army later, but like not now as a student. So I would get another point of view and I could make up my mind before like taking a decision if I really want to join or not.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
working for them and like even if it's like in communication, it was really, really interesting. So I'm definitely not regretting what I did.
Definitely. And if you do come back to defense and go and work in the army, would you choose Belgium again over Luxembourg?
Um, I probably would because I think that you have more possibilities in the Belgian defense than like in Luxembourg because it's so much bigger. Like the
Yeah.
Luxembourgish army, it's a small one. It has like entre guillemets just um the land forces. Well, I mean, we do have pilots now, but like it's not something I would want to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been interested in like the navy for like a long time, so I would maybe want to do that. So I would come back to Belgium, yeah, definitely.
Oh, this sounds really interesting. Yeah. Did you enjoy your time in your internship? 'Cause you got
I did.
to work on the video for the new ways of working and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I did because mostly because like I really got to practice actually what I was studying, like filming and putting a movie together and like everything that goes with it. And I just really like doing that stuff. And also it was like you said for specific projects that we were focusing on like one specific message we wanted to get across to people,
Mhm.
and also that the movie was like intended for such a large audience that it had to be comprehensible for like everyone. That was a kind of a challenge as well, but it was a challenge we raised and I guess we accomplished with yeah, something that's like we're proud of what came out
Yeah.
at the end.
You should be.
Um, yeah. And so yeah, I was kind of combining two of my interest points, like the army and communication and video stuff. So I
So you
couldn't have.
really enjoy videography as well. Yeah.
I do.
Cinematography, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's really interesting how internships can bring all of these interests together and you get a bit of an insight in how the real world works and how having an actual job works. So
Yeah.
that's really interesting about an internship in general. The Belgian defense is another step. Um, what were the most notable moments in your internship? Were there any moments that you really look back at that were, yeah, that are really gonna be a part of your history?
Well, what's gonna stick with me is that we got not only to do the, let's say, basic internship. Like first of all, we did not have to do like, oh, get me coffee, stuff like that. Like we were not the ones who had to go printing and like scanning stuff. So we really got to like work on the project with the people from the army, and then also our supervisor, as we were all civilians, like not army people. She organized us like days in the different
Component.
components of the defense. So we got to go to like an air base. We got to live for like 3 days on a how do you call it, on a
Navy ship.
on a ship.
Yeah.
Um, we got to talk to like the land forces, and that's something that's really gonna stick with me because it's really interesting, and like we really got to know the organization in itself, like how everyone is working with everyone, how the hierarchy works, and like this kind of stuff. And it was kind of like, oh, we're going on adventure. And I mean, we were adults. We were like working internship for the end of our studies and stuff. But on the other hand, we had fun, like discovering new things.
Yeah. The
And
the
that's
things that you learned during your internship, is that stuff that you're gonna bring with you in if you ever get a different job, if you're not gonna go for the army, if you're gonna do different stuff, is that stuff that you're gonna take with you, the NWOW and that sort of stuff?
I mean, it's kind of interesting. So I'm definitely looking for, but I will be looking for a job that at least gives me a good work-life balance. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I think I would be looking for a job that's like not too far from where I live,
Yeah.
but also that's something my parents did. So I think that I got that from like home as well. But yeah, I mean, some might call me naive, but I would definitely be looking for a job that I like doing.
Yeah.
Like that would be the most important part, that I really like doing what I'm doing and not feel like um yeah, just wasting my time, or um having to force myself to get out of bed and like go to work. Like I really want to enjoy what I do, and like doing, yeah, like working for, not for fun, but like I really want to like what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, I mean,
That is a really important aspect of especially in your first job, to get motivated and to get out of bed in the morning, to really enjoy your job, and kind of in the weekend already look forward to Monday, when you can start your job and continue on this campaign that you've been making. It's a definitely, in general, it's becoming a more and more important aspect of our generation that is looking for a job. They're looking for something that they enjoy doing.
yeah.
And I don't think that is naive to look for something like that. It's definitely, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Definitely.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, my parents always have told us as children as well, like, we don't force you to do anything. Like, if you don't want to study, don't study. If you do want to study and do something, then do it. And like, they've always been like, do it for yourself and make sure that you like the life you're living.
Hmm.
So I kind of got that like from home as well.
Yeah.
But it was definitely interesting to see what the new way of working includes, like all of it. It's
Yeah.
so huge, so broad, that like there were things that were part of it I wouldn't have been able like to think of.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. The new ways of working definitely make sure to fill that trend of people wanting to enjoy their work and wanting a stable work-life balance. The new ways of working, try and get that covered for you. Now,
Yeah.
as a last question, you have already kind of answered, but let's zone in on that a little bit more. What's next for you in the future?
Well, I'm finishing my studies, so I'm gonna try to find a job first, I think. And then if that doesn't work out immediately, um, I mean, I have to admit I have family overseas, so I might just go and like visit them for a while, and then come back and like continue my search for a job.
Yeah.
But for now, also I do still have like my I have like a student job in like a chocolate store, so I'm not going to I mean, I like working there, so that's fine as well,
Yeah.
and it tastes good, so
You're not gonna rush into anything
yeah,
just yet. Yeah,
yeah.
I understand. I understand. it's very important to do what you enjoy and enjoy what you do. Two things that sound very similar but are quite different indeed. Thank you, Danielle, for this little interview and this little insight in someone from Luxembourg working at Belgian Defense. It's a rare sight indeed, but it's very interesting. So thank you for this interview.
Thank you.
Zeer interessant. Bedankt Danielle en veel succes in je toekomst. Dat was het voor deze week, dames, heren en ander gespuis. Ik zie u volgende week weer met meer stagenieuws. Dag.